Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Mo. So, for this episode or this series, it's the start of a series. What we will be doing is that we'll be solving a problem on uh, on our data set. So, let's get started. I'm calling this series "Automating Procurement: Exploring New Zealand Government Data." So the question is, can we predict material categories from contract descriptions? So let's get a good idea of what is going on. So let's get started. So the challenge here is that the government procurement generates thousands of contracts, and then they also need to manually categorize each of these tender contracts and the tender description into a certain material group. So, for example, if the government tender says we are updating servers for schools, then they need to sort it into an IT or IT under schools, and then they put that specific procurement code so that they can do a tax deduction or similar, so that they can release the funds. Okay, so it cost the agencies a lot of money to, and because of these manual process. So let's get started and let's have an idea on the data set itself. So the data set, it's the government electronic traders or service, which is GETS. It's based on the New Zealand official procurement platform. I got this from Google actually, and from their website. So, where public agencies tend to publish their contract awards, their opening date, their closing date, the type of contract awards, we'll talk about that later in details. So, our data set also contains thousands of records that contract with contract descriptions, values, suppliers, and product category codes. And so the product category codes represents real government purchase, from office supplies to healthcare equipment. Is very diverse data set. So our challenge first is, can an AI predict material categories from just the contract description? Let's say from the contract title or just the contract description itself. Can we find out how to classify the categories? Second is, this is a challenge. I explained it. Manual classification is time consuming and inconsistent. So our goal is to speed that process up and see if we can make it consistent. And also AI automation could also improve the accuracy and efficiency. And lastly, it frees procurement officers to do something else, to do better things than just manually sorting the database, the data. So our data set, as I mentioned, is from the New Zealand government procurement open data. And we'll talk about that in the next video, where we will talk about an EDA. So our approach currently, what we will be doing in the next videos is that we will first explore what type of data are we dealing with, see if we can concatenate it with another data, and also, we build an AI powered text classification system using embeddings. And lastly, deploy it to for real time predictions. We just deploy it into a simple interface, just so that we can play along with it and show our family members. And perhaps maybe a bonus section, I will perhaps give a Power BI. Now, finally, the what we will be doing again, we'll be doing EDA, exploratory data analysis. So we will learn how to, like, what sort of data set characteristics, what sort of trends are there, what are the areas of interest, and just to understand what is this data set. And once we understand it, we're going to see if we are going to concatenate it and link it to another data set. And then next, we are going to also understand what is text embeddings for AI powered classification. And lastly, we're just going to do a Gradio interface, a simple Gradio interface, just to have an interface to play around with. And that is about it. Thank you for joining in, and see you next time. See you in the episode 2. Bye.